Don't make a mistake of turning your benefit on early just because you are panicking and reading some on social media. It's a 30% cut for the rest of your life.
Should I consider turning on my Social Security early to avoid future changes? What changes can I expect?
And I think Jeff and I basically both had the very same answer. No, most likely. Now, there are certain circumstances, yes, it may make sense to turn it on at 62, but for about 93% of the people, when we run analysis, which we'll do for you, complimentary if you want, we actually are going to tell you to wait to at least what's called FRA age, full retirement age. The reason is there's no political will, Republicans, Democrats, the independents, to cut somebody who's already on the benefit or this close to, say, taking it. So as Jeff put it, anybody that's within 10 years of full retirement age, 57 or older, they're probably not going to change Social Security at all. Those of us that are younger than that, I turned 57 this year, so I'm right on that border. They're most likely going to have to actually make changes. But here's the thing. Social Security was signed into law in 1935, Chip. We've only made the actuarial change once, and that was in 1983 under Reagan, right? Only one time did we move the retirement age from 65 to where it is now, 67. Well, we're living significantly longer, about 6 years longer now than we did just in 1983 and 15 years longer than we did in 1935. So it makes sense to actually, hey, your full retirement age might be 69 or 70, et cetera. And it's solved, but then you're going to have the old, Ryan taking grandma off the cliff commercials from political pundits.
Yes.
But it's so simple to solve. And on top of that, as I said, no more Social Security. If you're under 18, you're not going to have Social Security. We're going to put money in an account that invests in U.S. companies, and you can access the value of that account when you're 70. And you will have way more than any of us that put money in Social Security, and it's off the government rolls. Simple.
I think Jeff Bush also mentioned that even if surpluses and trust funds and so forth, if those sources are exhausted for Social Security, it'll just transition to a pay-as-you-go program. It might be knocked down 15 or 20% the benefit, but it's never going to completely go away.
Correct. The budgeting right now shows that you'd have to take about a 17% clip to the check that you get. So they would reduce your check by 17%. And I will tell you, we actually model inside. We don't really even show this to clients. We don't want to worry unnecessarily, but we model it in most of our income planning. You're still fine. You're still going to be okay. Now, I would like you to get your full benefit. I would like you to get that tax-free if possible. Yeah. But the reality is we are going to adapt the plans for our clients when they're there. But if you are concerned seriously about that, have your advisor show you the numbers. And it's not that hard to do with the software that at least that we engage here at Retire Smart.
Well, here comes DOGE again, David, the Department of Government Efficiency. That surfaced in the presentation and in the Q&A at the State of the Market address. How will DOGE affect my Social Security and Medicare? What planning can I do to help myself?
Again, this is pretty similar. Not really going to change much for current people taking Social Security or Medicare or those that are within a handful of years of drawing it. There may be some shifts to it. Again, maybe Medicare doesn't kick in until 67 for people that are under, say, 50 years of age, et cetera. There are ways to solve all these problems with simple logic and reasoning, but that's not how a truly partisan setup in the political front we have today works. But all these problems can be solved, and that's why I think if DOGE gets to work and cuts and guts the government down, we'll be able to get down and see with transparency the budgets on these line items, et cetera. And we're currently up to about $130 billion saved, at least from the website, and you can, DOGE is on there. It's people are like, we need transparency. Well, check it out. The numbers are all published where the savings are, and they've just started, Chip, just gotten started. So I believe that anybody that's within 5 to 7 years of drawing either one of these benefits, you probably have nothing to worry about or fear. But there needs to be some changes to it. And what they may do is a combination of changing the age, means testing the beneficiary, or raising the tax limit on how much we put in. And all those are probably likely to get combination put in place to fund these benefits.
So the similar refrain I hear from both of those last two questions is don't panic. Don't do anything rash.
No, and don't make a mistake of turning your benefit on early just because you are panicking and reading some on social media. It's a 30% cut for the rest of your life. I mean, and sadly, and now again, this is not normally our client, but 52% of Americans, it's basically the only income they get in retirement.
Ooh, that's not a good place to be.
No, and so listen, I don't care if you're 5 years from retirement or 15 or 30 years from retirement. Start saving. It's on you. It's your responsibility to start investing for your future. And we can help you understand how to do that. But anyway, it's a sad reality that so many people, that this is their sole check, but that is the reality. And so we certainly want to we're the richest nation in the world. We have an economy that can just outdo anybody. We need to have these benefits secured in a way that at least gives us some sort of safety net, but it's got to be within reason too. We have so much abuse and waste within the system, and that's where people get really upset.